Hello everyone, I'm Great Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 284 of Factorio with the C-Block mod, where we are finally at a point, I believe, where we can start working towards beacons and modules. And I just wanted to make sure that we're not leaving this area with just too few spider queens still. We might be, but also we still need to connect some of this. Let's just do that. Grab these. And we did need to scale all of this up. We needed 4 times as many of these as we have of these anyway, but to begin with, I guess this is fine. Again, we're not really producing too many biters, though we do have some extras, so we might as well just use them, I guess. Something like that, and then we just need 4 times that if we want it to be somewhat scaled correctly. And we're just going to keep these researchers coming with the farming science. So we should just be out of biters. We're still not though, because we're only requesting 4 for each. No wait, 8 for each. So the 500 that we had, we still have, basically, or 300 of them at least. Okay, so that just runs. We will run out at some point, I think, because we just don't have enough queens to keep the production up. I might be wrong, though. But yeah, I think maybe this will stall, maybe it will work itself out. How many more of these do we have? 20. So maybe we could just put those 20 down as well. 1, 2, 3. And they are not in range of this. Okay. We need some junk here. Let's do that. And it was just an artifact, sure. Good. So, to make the beacons and all of the crystals we need for the modules, we need crystal grindstones, and we need crystal slurry, and we need these grinding wheels. This will be made at a silicon outpost or something. Unless we just bring it in and make it locally. This part at least will be made at a silicon outpost. And this will be made at a geode outpost. And we should really just get started and do one of those. Do some work for once. And where better to do it than just down here or over here. We will soon need to extend our rail, but that's fine. We have gotten quite far with our last extension, obviously. So, yes. Can we just get rid of that meat? Bring in a little bit more meat. We do still need to scale up our meat production, but not now. Let's focus and actually do the work that I have been talking about. So, if we are just a little bit, well, just have a little bit of foresight here. This will be scaling up to around here, and then we will have this area like that 3 times over for the 3 different tiers of crystals. But anywhere down here is really fine to do a outpost. So let's just do it. Is that gonna deadlock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No. Good. Good. And keep research going. I guess we will want this at some point. Let's get our train over as well. So, what are we doing first? I guess this. A silicon outpost. There is quite a lot of preparation to be done for that though, so we just keep that in mind. It's not that we just put some production down and then we're done. At least not if I want to do it with belts and stuff. It's easy to do it with robots, but also we need to take care of all of this. I have 20 shots. So let's go grab more. Also, I left some artillery over at farming, so maybe we should go and grab that now. While I remember. And we should get the train to stay over here, by the way. Oh, fixed. And I set the artillery. Any chance that we've gotten any extra mashed potatoes here since last? No, we actually already requested them. Is that right? Except for here. For whatever reason. Okay, so we are just running just fine. Good. Keep research going. Then we needed ammo for the turrets. Or something like that. And I'm not waiting around for robots. Unless I should have gotten some logistic bots, but hopefully we have some on the train. Good. So if we just... Well, I guess we need to plan all of this out. What does it take to make silane... whatever you want to call that gas? Silane gas? It takes silicon, pellets, aluminium ingots. I mean, we could do some exchanges between this and a aluminium outpost. I'm getting to the point where I think we should maybe just do robot stuff. Manage all of our all new outposts with robots. Just because of the time it would take to design something like this. I mean, we can get aluminium ingots in by train and export alumina by train. If we did this. Then we just need to make these. And that part is easy. We can do that from chunks. That isn't something we've done before, but first times and all that. We need to do this part anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference if we change this recipe or not. Just out of curiosity though, would it be better? Also, it takes silicon in and outputs silicon. Okay, whatever. Would this be better in any way? That would be a lot easier, yes. In that we'd only need hydrogen chloride in. But is hydrogen chloride in any better than just aluminium in? Or aluminium ingots? We don't have the output to take care of course, but meh. Depends if we want to do robots or belts. I think we keep doing belts for all of the things that are just what do you call it? Are just similar in builds. All of this can still be made or used to make our ores. We need to put them in flotation cells now though. Do we still just have a build that just produces ore? Yes, we do. Let's clean this up a bit. If we just want to produce the ingots, not this, but from this stuff, all of this is fine. We want something like 100 of these per second. Maybe we should go from this side. How much are we producing here per second again? I don't remember. That's why I had that iron block in here in the last episode that I removed. So I guess we're doing that again. Iron plate where... this. It gets... wait, this needs to go by itself. And I think it was 180 plates here. Yes. So we could do more advanced stuff for this now, but let's not. Because this is simple. So 120 ore is what we are expecting out of 2 of these setups. Because they are merged into one sorting facility. Yes, so 60. 2 belts of ore from this. That makes sense, that's what we have. 2 red belts, that is. Good. So if we have a look at this again, and go by this and this, we could design something that took in 60 of this and 60 of this as well. No, 60 of this. Not 60 of that. Okay. Then we need a heck of a lot of flotation cells. This gives us a lot of ingots. Do we want that many ingots from one setup? Of course, if we actually do our diligence and measure this with beacons in mind, instead of just building it all out, then it isn't as many machines, so maybe it's not that bad. Anyway, we get 240 of that if we used it all for that. We get... molten silicon. I could get 2400 mono silicon. No, monocore silicon seed. Just out of curiosity, what is this stuff? What? Oh, do you use monosilicon to make monosilicon seeds and these? Okay. I guess you could get something out of that, but is there a reason? I don't actually know. 240 monosilicon. If we did the other one, just out of curiosity. We get 360. And some of these back. Wait, no, we need more in here than we get out. We need the raw ore for that. Could you please say 0? No, this is 0. You don't want to? Oh well. Then we're just not gonna do this. I don't think. Do we think we're gonna run out of silicon? Do we think we will have shortages? Do we need to make it as space efficient as possible? Lots and lots of questions. I think I should just get it going. We need to make these still out of some of it. Now we're inputting 96,000 of that though. That's so stupid. Can matrix solving help us? Yes. Good. So we get 234 out. And that is not what we use to grind into dust. Oh well. That's a lot of belts. Could we do something with half of this? On the other hand, how far can we take this before we want to do bots? Because we're not gonna design something for this. That would take me 3 episodes or something just to be happy about that. And I want to do progress rather than stagnation, I guess. All of this could potentially be directly inserted, so that much should be easy. Let's just work a bit on that. It might still take us an episode or 2, but a lot less time than if we wanted to do everything with belts. Didn't I just put this down? So is it wrong of me to keep putting these right up against each other? Didn't we have a problem with the water blueprint for this? Yeah, it doesn't fit when there's not a space in between. Whereas this fits with one space in between. That space is just not necessary anywhere though. But it gives us some nice pipes in the middle maybe? Like this. No, that's not in the middle of the 2 setups. That's in each setup itself. I'm not sure if there's a reason not to put them close together, so we're just doing that right now. Are there no recipes on this? No, apparently not. So we needed rubite and bobmonium, is that right? Yes. And I should have put these the right way around the first time. Okay. So that makes all of the ore for us. Then we need to put that into flotation cells. Oh. That is part of what I didn't want to do by build, I guess, but we need to crush it first of all. We did earlier have some builds for this. Is that something we could want to reuse? Actually, I think we deleted those. We did. Let's have a look out here for chunk setups. This is all the way to crystals. Here's some chunks. We could try and do something similar to this. But then how long is that going to take us to design? Robots or not robots? I'm having such a hard time with that. Every time I do an outpost with just robots, I feel like I'm cheating, basically. But we're playing C block. And we're doing trains on C block. Can't we just do whatever we want, really? Yes. We can. So, if we put all of this into a provider chest or something, or we can maybe even run those just fine along, but we'll see. And then we crush it. I'm still thinking about doing this probably with belts. Come on, brain, give it up. Don't give it up. It's all because of stupid angels. Why can't things just be easy to make with belts? Didn't we have a setup that took better care of the geodes than this? Like this, but without the crystals? We did some more chunks up here somewhere. So this, I guess. I mean, these can easily be beaconed if we just did it like this. Also, we don't have any space between these, so that should actually just fit right in with our blueprint. It's a bit more difficult to beacon the crushers. But it shouldn't really be. I'm sure we can find the space somehow. I am just going to... Oh, there's also just yellow belt here. That is annoying. Holy Christ, I can't decide on anything. So let's do some science. This is a setup, right? It's not this that is a setup. I don't think so. I mean, it could be, but it doesn't really make a difference. But then this becomes a lot wider, I think. No, it doesn't. It's the same width, obviously. So the reason why I like this is that we can easily just add crystallizing to it as well. That is basically just plug and play. There is some worries about the fluids for this, but we will put those in barrels, I think. If we had this, yeah. Could we do something with this? This is all the chunks, this is all the geodes. This is crushed stone. This is the ore, and this is coal. So those two belts need to go into one side here, but we have 60 per second potentially. So I need more than one belt. But we have space for more than one belt anyway. Tough decisions to make. Very tough decisions. We could start by updating some things. Go away. So, yellow belt to red. Yellow underground to red. And I guess that's it. So, let's imagine that we could get these to 10 times the speed, so we only need 8. Or just 8 times the speed, so we only need 10. That would be fine. We still need 60 in per second, so 2 belts. We still need to split this up into 2. But we do have the possibility for that, maybe. Maybe we just need some more space in between here. Let's see. Especially if we end up doing this, then how are we going to split this into there and into there? So let's say there instead. Also, these could just go 1 tile shorter. And we could get coal out here. And out here. Is that the worst in the world? And we can move this stuff up 1 tile again. 2 if we want to go under with this. So far so good. Now, how do we feel about the chances of us getting beacons in here? Don't we have extra space up here actually? Yes, we can use out to this tile. So we have plenty of space for beacons right here. Even here, if we wanted to, we can make this a row beacons. Good to know. Now these are making our purified water for us. They need to be spread up as well. Just keep that in mind. This needs to be sped up, these need to be sped up. The output of the crushed stone we will get 60 out of that as well, right? Which means we would need a belt more of that. No, we only get half crushed stone. So then it is exactly a belt, so we just need to make sure that it's balanced. That is good news. But then we have exactly 5 of these, which is not easy to balance. I'm still thinking about if we had full throughput. Maybe we don't need everything to be as optimal as possible. So after 2 machines, I guess we need to merge these first time. Also, we are wasting a lot of belt here, but this is the same amount of things that the robots need to put down, but it's a lot cheaper. But it's also not as... it's a little bit more ugly, I think. But here we need to do that, I think. And then we need to merge again. And then we don't need to go on from there. Output priority right. Guess we should have input priority right as well. And then we only have 2 machines taking from a full build from there, sure. Almost full build. Again, the crushed stone here. I think I'm just gonna ignore it entirely. Sure. Now, that should output 2 belts of rubite chunks though. Not just one, but we have the space so far. Out of curiosity, when we need to do crystals with this build, we insert directly? Yes, so there's no need for 2 belts then, that's good news. The bad news is that this doesn't really fit itself well with beacons. Why am I using so much time on this? I feel some urgency just to get on with it, to be honest. What if we just ignored all this, put our ore into chests around here? Still need coal in there somehow. And then we just did everything else with bars. I still want it to be somewhat easily scalable, of course, so we have still one more tile than the builds use here. We need to take some of the ore and turn into rubite chunks, and some ore to turn into popmonium. We also need a chest like this. Loader, please. That gives us all of our ore. 60 per second of each. And we are going to make some chunks out of it, first of all. Yes, chunking it is. And we're gonna try and do it with higher tier machines. No, why? Is there a reason we're actually trying to design something nice with this in here? Couldn't we just do this at the outpost? I'm going to keep going. I'm not gonna use too much time on trying to get higher tier machines. We're just gonna assume that we can get them to 10 times the speed, so we only need 8. That is my assumption. And then if we get higher tier machines, it's just fewer needed beacons, but we're probably gonna use them all anyway. Okay, what is this? No, we need to crush stuff first. And then again I start thinking, can we crush and directly insert? Some of it at least. Because it is a lot of stuff that robots need to carry around. But then if we crush and directly insert, couldn't we just do that with belts? And then we're back to the square one. So first of all, we still need coal in here, unless we're requesting coal to a chest as well. Oh boy, let's just try and leave some space for that sort of thing. Now I have 3 tiles out here to work with. That should be fine. You crush Bluebite. And we need, if we can get this to 10 times speed, we need 1. Crush the 60 ore, we just get 60 crushed and some stone. So it's not like... Why am I so bad at deciding on stuff like this? I want to insert this stuff directly, but it doesn't make any sense. This is a thing we need either way, so that bit of time was not wasted at least. This can be right up against, we can have inserters here. Very much fast. No. Is it time to clean up? No. I just want to get rid of this. Do we have an infinite chest? Now we do. Okay, good start. So that part is fine. Now we have some crushed stone we need to get rid of. I think we're just gonna put that in the chest. Power everything. Power from here maybe? Drop now. And then we need 8 or 10 of these setups. Let's just go for 8. And we need to request the ore in here. But now that they're lined up like this, seems easy to just continue this, right? Yes, it does. We'll figure out something with that later. This fits nicely, something like that. Let's still keep using stack inserters, something like that. What if we just do this? And then did this, and then cut all of this. We even take this, put here. Oh, almost everything in here. Or just here. On the other hand, this will be down here as well, but then it won't power anything. So we are gonna get some ugly power poles. I can live with that. It's not really ugly, they're just close together and it feels like a waste. Okay. That's just one of our 2 belts low. No, wait, we should get all the ore over here. Right? So this needs to get over as well. And then we're back to all of our problems with the coal and stuff that's annoying to manage. Hmm. Again, let's try to just keep moving. We have 10. No, we have 8. After this, we need to merge. One, two, three, 4. That is taken from before, yes, and then that belt should be empty. Good. Okay, let's try and move on. We will have something similar over here for the other ore type. Should we just do this already? Something like that. And then we have chunks. 60 of each type of chunk. Of course, this needs to be ammonium. This needs to be ammonium. And this only needs to output crushed stone, which I forgot about. Only crushed stone. I don't know if we need filter stack inserters for this, but we're gonna start with just normal inserters. Because I'm lazy. Good. Okay. We have chunks. We haven't output them though. We also have geodes. We haven't output those. From there... Oh, we also have some liquids we need to take care of. So I wanted all of this to fit within the same footprint as this, but I think that is going to suck. God, why am I making such a fuss about this? If I go back and just request these with buts, how much would that suck? Oh. That should probably be this, that's fine. Ignore all of this. We're gonna make some longer lines than this probably, just so we can handle more than one setup from a line, because we can't get all the production we need input to this footprint really. I don't think, at least. With beacons and everything. So I guess it's easy to just remove this part. And get these in here as well. We need that recipe still. We need the request still. And everything is still powered, good. And this shouldn't really be like this, we should just have this here or something. With space for beacons, of course. Good. We also need to consider robot logistic extensions thingies and charging, but we'll fix that later. We have plenty of crushing in any case. We have maybe enough of this. We need to output stuff. It's so weird to do robots and actually overscale something, but for the sake of just not wasting too many robots with carrying stuff, then I guess this is okay. This doesn't fit anything. If we need power in here, we can't even just put it here. Should we just have the extra space available, or the extra tile available for here? And output to there. And maybe just mirror that, because now I started pairing these up. These are not limited, they probably should be. And so we need to move this over one tile. Grab that to here. And we need some fluids in and some fluids out. Barreling pumps. How big are the amounts of liquid? Very big, dang it. New change of plans. If we want this to be 10 times as fair... No, wait, we don't. We just use 10 times fewer machines, I guess. But in the middle here, we should probably just make some space for barreling things. So this outputs purified water. I'm not sure what is best for beacons and stuff here, but we'll see. That's not right. You output purified water. You barrel up. What sort of wastewater? What is it? Is it nitric? Yes. Nitric wastewater, yes please. And the blueprints or the recipes. Purified water. Nitric wastewater. Good. Then this should probably be okay. Do we want to just make absolutely sure? Put this down here as well. Why not? Over here we have sulfuric wastewater. Everything is still fine. You move up. And we have this again. And everything needs to be powered. Guess we just keep that like this. Sure. That should be the chunks. think we're gonna bring the coal up here with robots as well. Because we need to bring the same amount if we have these belts as if we don't. Into as many locations, basically. So how about that? Only charcoal, though. We can't make something that requests filters, right? Because then we would fill the system. And there's nothing really to check if we need more in. Unless we put a chest over here where we can have a little bit of a buffer in. And if that is less than 10 available empty things, then we can input stuff. Then we could make something that is a little bit more self-starting, self-seeding. But it would require 2 different input chests. Because we always need coal in. Charcoal, where are you at? There. Well, let's just say 200. That is allowed to be put in. This, on the other hand, couldn't we just put these into there? Grab from there. Request that there's always 10 in this. Oh, of course we would need... No, we just need the empty filters here. There's no dirty filters in this setup. Just say there should always be 20 in here. If we have 200 filters in this setup and there's nothing in here, that's fine. Then we just request some and then there's 20 in there and then there can still be 200 in here. They can also be in the chest. You can also just request the coal to here though. Because the inserter shouldn't ever pick anything up that it doesn't need to input anyway. Oh yes. Something like that. I'm pretty sure that should work. And of course we still need to put filters into the system. Or we could just bring in iron and then make the filters. Sure, we can do whatever, but that should work. This is still the ore coming down. We're still gonna do that, just because. All of this is done, right? We have some geos we need to take care of, we have some chunks, and we need to make some purified water. Should we just make purified water right now? This is still the best recipe for that, right? Sure. So yeah, for both of those setups we do need 3,000 purified water per second. That seems to be easy for these. Again, if we can scale these up to 10 times the speed, we only need 2. So we're gonna start there, even if it's... Well, actually, we could just put them down here then. And then, yes, we can try and output it into this pipe. and just top up from here. Is that worth it? No. I don't think so. It is a bit weird that we are trying to bottle it up right here and then unbottle it or unbarrel it here. But then we might need to scale this up at some point, who knows. Can we fit everything in here? And how much water do we need in? If this was scaled up to 10 times the speed, it would also be needing 2200 water in per second. Are groundwater bores affected by beacons? I'm just curious. Power. I don't think they are. They don't have a crafting speed, so that is not the greatest. Beacons, where are you at? Yeah. They are not. These are though, right? So if water just is too much of a problem, we can also just add, or have 2 of these. 4 in total. Just saying. Because even if we did water here, 1 offshore pump is not enough. We would need 2. Which basically means pumping it into a tank and then into this. But if we had 2 of these, we could just have 1 offshore pump for each. So still something like this. Again down here. Is there water under this now? No. So offshore pump in there. We can't really just put this in pipes still. It's 1500, well we could, but we can also just do this. We're not making a lot of saline water, no. So that can go to the end or something. Standard water. Fill water barrel. Yes, please. No, not water. Purified water. Dang it. So we could do something like this. All water. Still put this into just 1, I guess. Saline water. Sure. Wait, we need a requester chest still. If we wanted this under this as well, also these are not supposed to connect. We have plenty of space here, even for the water. How about beacons though? That's not really true for those. But we can fit it in between and everything. But if we want these to go to at least 5 times the speed. So 5 times 1.5 is 7.5. Didn't I take a blueprint of that thingy? No. Oh well. Beacon. Go full speed ahead. We are gonna need several of these. Not at 7.5 yet. Yes, these would be out 1 tile further. For this to be over here as well. Yes. This is 7.8 though, and with power here actually. I forgot about that part. We are at 9 and 12. This is plenty possible. When we get to the high tier stuff at least. So if we just add water here as well, 2 tiles out from this. Right. That fits it in just nice. We are using a bit extra space, but then again, there's supposed to be beacons here and stuff, I think. I'm gonna mark these as done. Including purified water. Then we have some wastewater we need to take care of. Maybe we're just gonna clarify that. I think we are. But we'll see. We need to do ore sorting now. No ore sorters. You do silicon ore. And we're just gonna request and output some stuff. Again, we are trying to use faster inserters, right? I said only when I feel like it. Those need to be closer. Oh well. That just requests everything, that's fine. Just enough space for beacons in here. Everything's good. And if we can get these to 10 times the speed, we just need 3. Maybe we're just gonna add 4. We could also put them down here. If we want the space for something else. But I don't think we do. I'm just gonna overscale this, I think. Something like that. Then we can call that done, I guess. Good. And then we need this, and then we are all the way on to smelting stuff. So we still have a lot to go. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.